All right, so welcome to the Untitled Studios podcast number 7. We have joining us today. We have Mr. Classholes, Swing,
I am here.
Engleharth, and the 4D Gamers.
Hello.
No, just Mike.
Oh, just Mike.
Just 4D Mike, all by his lonesome.
Ah, come on.
Mike with a 40 all by himself.
I'll talk with a royal we for the rest of the time just to make it.
Just
So
to
I
make
won't
it
break
clear.
the illusion. Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh goody.
you started at the end there.
Whoa hey, whoa hey.
All right, here we go. So this is an idea that Stabby hatched.
Yeah, this was my idea, sadly.
It's called RateBuddy.com.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so let's get into this. What's wrong with this profile
God.
right here? What's wrong with it?
Um,
I see a lot wrong with this, but let me see if you can answer.
the phone number's X'd out. I
Oh
can't. give him a
crap, he's in
call.
between jobs.
Yeah.
Not allowed to be in between jobs. Oh, yeah,
Not
joining
allowed.
on it
Not
anyway.
allowed.
I'm
Your
going to
children.
tell you what's wrong with it.
Okay.
We're in a
Nothing.
Masters in Street Cred. That's all it's 6 inches like the girth. I'm sure. And girth? That's disturbing, because that would mean it's 6 inches long and wide, like a fucking orb.
It's a giant meat log.
Jeez.
Pretty much, it's basically a fruit cake. But anyway, I'll tell you what's wrong with this profile. It tells you nothing about this
RapeSite.com.
person. It tells you nothing. This is the struggle. We're all looking for that special someone, that bro we can share anyone with, that special someone who we connect with on a deep, dark level. The guy who knows us, who challenges us to be a better person, but above all, a better rapist. The problem with modern raping sites is that they give you a run-of-the-mill raping sites, we call them, is they give you a picture and a paragraph, and that's hardly enough to find your soul rape, your brother in arms, your partner in literal crime.
Your rape mate.
So RateBuddy.com attempts to solve that issue. Use a scientific system to find out who's looking for the same victim that you are. Matching you up
Yay.
on the darkest level.
Finally.
Oh Jesus.
Fuck that noise.
So it all starts with a nice 10-axis personality profile that matches you up on these 10 axes to find a perfect mate for you.
Wow.
It's advanced. This is scientifically proven.
I feel like you put a lot more work into this particular sales pitch than was really required.
Drugging is like off the charts.
Hey, I love what I do.
That is true. I've seen it in his eyes.
Oh,
So
best answer
for
ever.
under $50, you can try our product and build a long-lasting relationship with us and with somebody else who you will most likely haunt the thoughts of for the rest of their lives.
Oh
Great.
God.
So that's the end. Thank you for viewing. This is all the contact info. BDS Master and Katie Touch R. That's Stabbies.
What is wrong with you
Oh
people?
man, that's amazing. That was very well done, sir. I gotta say, I am impressed.
Oh God.
Also, Venus King is online. I feel I should tell you because, judging from the fact that your Skype notification popped up in the middle of it,
Okay.
I just thought I'd pass that on to you.
I don't know why I haven't unfriended him or whatever you do on Skype.
Oh, is that the guy from 8chan that we talked to?
Yeah.
The sad, desperate moment. Yeah, I blocked that dude. I got tired of hearing his shit.
Well, he doesn't start the things anymore, so I don't know why he has me on there either. But I guess it's like a mutual.
He's hoping to be your
not
rape
caring.
buddy someday.
Hey, man,
He was just waiting for this sales pitch.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
tell him. You should send him a link to our
most
Google
definitely.
Hangout. Here, let me put that in Skype. You
You
forward it
feature
on to
him.
him. That's
That's pretty awesome.
Just send him a link to the Hangout.
so where'd we go from there? Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of that's really crazy far away.
let's see. I have a story. I think we might have actually covered this, but I'm not sure. There's a woman. This is from like. Oh no, this is December 16th. It says apparently. There was a woman who's going to jail for downloading child porn to frame her husband.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh,
nice.
And essentially, like I put the thing up. I'm not going to put it up because it has some sort of weird warning on the website, but I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, it was in Indiana, and a 43-year-old lady decided to download a bunch of child porn, like 40 images, on the family computer. Took it to the police, and this happened in August of 2013. So I mean, this is just now finally getting resolved. Poor fucking bastard. The guy.
Oh, yeah.
Because
His
that shit
name's
ruined your
tarnished.
life.
Good luck getting a job anywhere.
Well, and she blamed her husband for the job. He wasn't even in the house at the time, which is how the police figured out that was bullshit. Because he was not only kicked out of the house, but he had they had a protection order from him, so he couldn't go anywhere near it. Because she had claimed that he was abusive to the children and herself, which is, judging from this, probably not necessarily a meritorious claim.
Oh yeah, she doesn't sound like the most stable of people.
She's not
No,
biased.
no, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. But I just thought that was kind of funny because, well, it kind of follows along the same topic.
It's kind of fucked up to think that's all someone needs to do, and that potentially ruins the rest of your life forever. Good job.
Yeah, there was a video I saw where they were talking to some dude. He was like a mid-50s dude, owns a business, and one of the girls that worked for him accused him of rape in an attempt to basically cage him for money.
Blackmail, yay.
Yeah, and like it didn't work,
Whoops.
but everybody basically still thinks he's a rapist at this point.
Yeah, he'll never get away from the stigma ever.
Yeah, legally he got away. Like he proved that it wasn't true at all. But
people will fuck with you for the rest of your life.
Nope.
Yeah, just like that poor guy OJ. He was innocent, but people just wouldn't leave him alone.
Poor guy.
Yep. Apparently in the face of overwhelming evidence, you just can't escape
Didn't
that
he
kind of thing.
break in somewhere to get his trophy back or something?
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
Love to not fit.
You
Ignorant.
guys are ignorant. Don't be ignorant.
It's just sad, because like the dude his business is probably going to end up like gone, and
Ruined.
there's really not a lot he can do.
Yeah, way to start the stream off on a positive note.
You can
Yeah,
be careful.
well, we can't all be phenomenal salesmen like yourself there.
Yeah.
You really
So I
just
don't
kind
know
of
if there's a way for
You could have
the audience that
probably
doesn't
spanned
exist
that into a. Could have probably spanned that into a nice product opportunity.
Yeah, I don't know how to. We don't have any viewers, but supposedly there's a way to have the viewers ask questions. And in this case, it's never going to happen because nobody's watching. Which is probably the best.
Maybe we could sell
Might be-
we could sell like a crazy bitch repellent or something. Like put it on and
No, we want that. Like, can we tweet this to Anita Sarkeesian? I think she would really appreciate that first part. Just justify all over.
oh man, we'd be
Crazy
flagged
bullshit.
off YouTube before we could even finish this stream.
Oh man, Joe, can we tweet it to Lacey Green and Anita Sarkeesian? Because that would be beautiful. I want to see like their response to that if they even watch it.
I'd be scared if we tweeted it to Lacey Green, we'd end up like that guy in the news story.
Oh yeah, like
With
the
just
100
false
women just come out of nowhere who never actually had anything to do with us, are all starting to accuse us of things we had nothing to do with. Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't even get the groupies in the first place, so
That'd
it's
be
not,
awesome.
there is no win at any point for us.
Yeah. That's still going. There's like I'm trolling people on that guy's comments just for fun, like just fucking going back and forth.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. Like,
Yeah, I mean I don't give a shit, but it's
you
hilarious.
accused one of the commenters of being a rapist or something.
that's my new thing.
That's a good tactic.
It's super funny because it's just one of those things where it's like, come on, dude, who cares? This was like what 2-3 months ago in the internet time. That might as well be like 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
I actually I won an argument that way because someone was like,
They just
on
gave up.
on a YouTube video, they were like, well, this person's been accused of rape, so I think that's good enough. And I was like, yeah, and you raped me last night and you molested a bunch of kids. And he's like, that's not how the legal system works. You need to have proof and evidence before you make these types of judgments. And I was like, yeah, like you did on the fucking YouTube channel just then. Come on.
Oh, my brain just decided to thunk. I had a thunk. Good job.
You gotta,
Oh, here we go.
oh, starting to think again. Oh no.
I know. That's the problem.
Thunk me a thought.
I thunked me a thought.
All right, here we
You
go.
of them last night.
So this is interesting.
Uh-oh.
This is, since we're already irritating people.
By the way, Cornell, that is the prestigious university that did the study into my transplant surgery.
Cornhole University.
What
That's
transplant
my
surgery?
favorite.
The Kickstarter.
Cornell.
Oh, see, I figured, yeah.
I see what you did there, Mike.
Cornhole University is way better.
Cornell University.
Much more.
Yeah,
prestigious.
essentially. This is pretty funny because Cornell recently came out with this, and basically it says like the reason there's so many or so few women in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math fields is largely because of choice and nothing to do whatsoever with like some sort of
Conspiracy.
conspiracy to like keep them out or some sort of sexist thing.
See, yeah,
Penis
to any
conspiracy.
like half intelligent person, that would have been obvious from the start. Like, I don't know how people thought there was just some big conspiracy
You're putting a lot of
that
faith
they
in
care to
people
cover it up.
that have basic common sense. I mean, come on.
Yeah, essentially it says like, based on the difference in biology and sociology, that women in general just aren't interested in pursuing the careers at all. And so a lot of the cases where the numbers show this is, especially if you look in like medical fields and stuff like that, you'll note that a lot of women choose to work part-time and also choose to take positions that pay less but are less demanding of their time because they tend to have families and stuff like that they want to that they prioritize.
Oh yeah, that's definitely common knowledge to anyone who's not an insane ideologue.
Yeah, well, and it's like they'll take like family practice, basic
Yeah.
like ear, nose, and
Yeah.
throat stuff, as opposed to like a thoracic surgeon or neural surgeon.
We should
Which isn't to
force
say that
them.
women don't do that. It's not as common that
We
they
should
choose
force them into fields they don't like. I mean, it's for
Yeah.
their own good. They don't know what's good for them. We do.
Hmm.
Well, I like the idea of having programs in order to encourage women that do want to do the programs.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a good idea because there are still some people out there like you've met them. You've gone and like
You've met them? No, I haven't met people.
you've never
Yeah,
met
I
people
stay
like that.
Me and
Inside,
people don't
no.
get along. Just saying.
Yeah, I think we've all met that guy that's just like a total. Why am I not? Oh, here we go.
I don't want to go into this. There's not enough of my gender in there. I'm not going to have any fun.
Yeah.
No,
I have lots of fun with girls. Girls are way funner to hang out with than dudes. I'm just saying.
I'm worried now.
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
really
but
worried.
when they start squirming and you like figure out that they're actually breathing,
I
that's
mean,
the
you got to
worst.
use cord instead of rope. That way they can't chew through it. You see.
All right, okay.
No, I was
Yeah.
gonna say you all met girls that or guys that are like, yeah, she should just make me a sandwich and all that kind of bullshit. Oh, whoops, I'm still. There we
Oh,
go.
yeah,
Like
probably.
every person I've ever met.
There's always a guy like that, and I don't understand why.
There's girls like that that are like,
Yeah, it's,
how dare she have a position of
Okay.
authority over a man? It's like, because
Like any grandparent ever.
Are you meaning to say that society and people in general are just strange and very varied?
Have you seen the
Yes.
internet?
And stupid. Don't forget
No,
stupid.
I haven't been on the internet. How do you like? Okay, if I wanted to get
There's naked girls on there.
really,
There is.
what about like naked, really young girls, like not 18 but below that?
Unfortunately, and you will go to jail.
All right, what about what about like lower than that though? Like how low we talking here?
Okay, now we're getting into creepy zone.
Oh God.
No,
Just-
I'm
just
gonna
like
leave this
this
alone.
guy.
I'm not going there.
Yeah, that's
This is creepier than Stabby right now.
that's pretty.
Wow.
Pretty creepy. That's pretty creepy.
I applaud you, sir.
He reached a new level.
Thank you.
It's over 9,000.
The rape buddies thing, I would argue with that. I think.
Danger.
There needs to be a
danger.
jingle. Rape buddy.
All right, so I have something. I have two things actually, but it's all. Well,
We
I
have
talked
lots of
last
things,
week about-
class.
Yeah, lots of things, lots of problems.
shit.
I talked last week about an article I found that was so pretentiously written that I just had to show it to you guys. But I never got around to it. I just kind of forgot about it. But this week I remembered it, and I found the specific part that I absolutely hate. So anyway, this whole thing's about this NFL player whose parents are trying to pat him down for money, and he basically did the smart thing and told him to go fuck off. So
and are
this
people
is,
giving him shit for it now? Like, you can't do that.
no. People are all agreeing with him, and like universally agreeing with him. So this
wow.
guy wrote an article trying to explain the situation, but did it just in the most roundabout, flowery way as to make this much longer than it could have been.
Is he British?
I don't think so. I doubt it. This is a football
'Cause
thing.
they dance around the point a lot. Just saying.
Okay, so let me read
Give them
this.
Nancy voice.
It works like this. We lack the linguistic dexterity to explain the myriad paths of
Fucking
young
British.
men who emerge from poverty or a simple lack of privilege and achieve riches by playing a game, which we don't.
I
That
was
just
going to
doesn't
say,
make any sense.
didn't he just do that,
Yeah. When
essentially?
words fail us, a creation of a myth must fill the void. And so the modern professional athlete becomes our Sedna.
What's
a massive.
Sedna?
He's going to explain that.
It's kind of like
A massive woman of
He
Inuit
assumes that you're
legend
too
who
dumb.
lives. Yeah. A massive woman of Inuit legend who lives at the bottom of the ocean,
That's true.
controlling the underworld by providing fish to keep her people from going hungry.
That's a really long explanation for that. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay, that's bizarre.
Pretty sure this dude's British. We're talking
our
about
version of
linguistic dexterity. Just saying.
Sedna, our version of Sedna frees himself from the streets, the temptations, the poverty, the turbulent flow of every bad part of town, through a ceaseless, unquenchable devotion to his sport. Oh man.
Good lord.
Yeah, this guy is really serious. And let me check his
Guy uses words.
Tim Kiao. Let's see.
Fucking name sucks.
Senior writer.
Get a new name, asshole.
Yeah.
Use your linguistic dexterity on that.
Why are we searching the
Good lord. Are you gonna,
we wanna-
are
we
you gonna
wanna
show
go
up
on.
at his house later? Not again.
He's trying to
I
find
just wanted to find out if he was British. Let me find the other passage. But this whole thing is written so backwards and so terribly.
they're trying to make professional sports athletes into more than they really
Look
are.
how long
They're
it
like
is.
dudes that are pretty good at playing games and get paid tons of money to do it.
There's no way the point takes that fucking much text to explain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you have to
long that is.
explain your illusion, it's not a good illusion. Illusion is something that's common knowledge, and that isn't Inuit, backstreet, non-mainstream, hipster bullcrap.
Like random fucking, what do you call it?
Like Sedna.
Yeah, Sedna.
It's like, here's this super obscure reference that I'm going to have to explain in great excruciating detail.
Just so I can make
Just
a
to
really
pad this shit
slanted,
up. Yeah,
or really, really slanted analogy
it's
that
unbiased.
doesn't really work on any level at all.
Well, that sounds kind of like a lot of Sarkeesian stuff and
Pretty much,
Watson,
yeah.
all the MRA shit.
Welcome to modern day news organizations.
Yeah, welcome to like pseudo-intellectualism.
Oh yeah, where you like base things off of how you feel instead of what really is the truth.
Yeah, and then,
Like,
and
I
then
feel this, so it must be true.
That's true.
yeah, and then cover that with like
That's how I
you
feel.
know, cover that with big words as to make yourself seem intelligent.
No, what's really funny is when you read a lot of these articles, it's not really that uncommon that they misuse the big words that they make use to sound
definitely.
good.
Yeah. They use the colloquial definition that most
Yeah, this
people
guy
call
definitely sounds like he just
From context
sounded, he
clues.
was like ESPN assigned him a 2,000-word essay, and he just pulled out his good old thesaurus and sat down for an afternoon. Didn't even like proofread this, or he probably took some of this off Wikipedia.
to prove he's got some edumacation.
hmm So here I have another thing, and this whole thing is gold.
Hey.
So this is a Wikipedia editor. I believe he's somewhat new. But anyway,
Wikipedia, in case anyone doesn't know,
Yeah.
is the free encyclopedia.
Is it?
Just saying.
Yay! The free
I wasn't sure what it
encyclopedia.
was. I'd never heard of Wikipedia.
$3 right now, the fundraiser would be over.
Yeah, Wikipedia is the
Again.
starting point in research, not the end point. It's for anybody who's curious.
That's where
What?
you
It's the
find
cornerstone of all my research papers.
Oh,
All right, but I think guys like this are really going to come in, swoop in, and save Wikipedia from itself.
Yay.
Because he can really put out some quality stuff that's really going to reach down to the people.
Oh, wow.
So I am become Wikipedia editor, the destroyer of worlds. What to say about myself? I'll attempt to refrain from espousing digressive, minutive, and stick to the more
That's minutia.
salient facts of
Minutia.
minutiae.
minutia,
Wow.
yeah, it just means like pointless
Jesus.
minor shit.
Bullshit.
And stick to the more salient facets of my existence. I'll leave the reader to decide to what degree I commit this statement in the condescend biographical essay that follows. Condensed biographical essay that follows. And now I'm messing up. I look like an idiot.
Yep.
Good job.
Yay.
Yes, thank you. We'll begin with the more superficial aspects of myself. I'm Caucasian.
Yay.
I'm an American. And
Damn right.
with more specificity, a Floridian.
Not a real American.
No, definitely not. Florida is not America.
It's like the thing that sticks out of America's butt.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
16-year-old. He's just a baby.
It's like America's
It's kind of like a little turd that's just right
Oh,
there,
okay.
dangling, trying to fall off.
Dangling at the end, yeah.
Pinch off the loaf.
We're waiting for that earthquake. We're gonna call it the loafquake.
Poop fever.
When America
that
shakes
was-
its big booty and finally gets Florida into the Gulf of Mexico.
There you go.
That'll be the next Cuba.
Hopefully, we don't get any water on our ass.
Not again.
So yeah, he's from a bumfuck part of America that nobody likes. He was born on February 15th, 1998.
Or one of the nicest places in America.
Whatever.
Same thing.
Not as nice as Maryland.
What, you mean the Gulf of Mexico is one of the nicest places in America?
He is from Daytona Beach. That's about the trashiest corner of Florida. From besides me.
I have no idea. Yeah, I've never been to Florida. I'm gonna assume it's all right.
I think that's isn't that? I believe it's on the Atlantic side, not the
Palm
Gulf side.
trees and needles.
It's on both.
Oh, it is.
Aha.
Oh, I
It's,
did not know that.
Yeah,
The more you
peninsulas
know.
are surrounded on three sides by water.
Oh,
On one side, it's
Like an
on the Atlantic.
island.
Yeah,
Except
kind of.
not.
Hmm.
I didn't know Daytona Beach was an island. Thank you very much.
Okay, there's the freak out.
Jesus, you guys.
And that's your Crusader Kings 2 sponsor geography lesson for the day, kids.
Christ.
Oh, couldn't go without Crusader Kings.
Yeah,
It always
a
comes
little,
back
a little
to
side
Crusader
note.
Kings.
I
How long
finally,
did I last?
I would say
Uh,
about 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes.
we're about 22 minutes in, sir.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I guess right.
Time to Crusader Kings.
So he was
Alright.
born in Daytona Beach, which has functioned as my constant town of residence up to and including this very day. Condensed biographical essay, by the way. As you may have deduced from my proffering,
Should I read this?
yeah, go ahead and read it, whatever. Make sure to do it all
Oh, I keep fucking closing out the window. My bad. Let's see. As you may have deduced... oh, that didn't help. As you may have deduced from my preferring of birth date, I am 16 years of age. The implications of such intellectual nascency being inexperience, parochialism, and untempered alacrity, which I shall admit describe me rather effectually. In any case, I stand at a staggering 5'9", weigh a gargantuan 165 pounds, and am possessed of two startlingly brown eyes, topped by a diminutive tuft of strikingly brown hair. My physique is rather unassuming, and even more so unremarkable, as I'm sure you have intuited. Do I have to read the whole thing?
Oh, definitely read the whole thing. It's great.
But in this milieu, I would be thoroughly remiss to eschew with mentioning my IQ. However, that is actually a serious point of contention among psychologists that have both tested and speculated as to what it truly is. I've heard 132, 133, 138, and even 150 plus. Not to be braggadocious, I'm by no means an Okay, illimitable genius. I'm not sure that's a
That's
word.
without limits.
I'll look it up if you'd like.
Not on your screen, because then I can't read anything.
God damn
No,
it!
we have to do this. Yes,
Oh,
without
Oh, it
limited
is.
or an
I
end.
honestly didn't think that was a word. I'll be damned.
I believe I said that.
No, I didn't doubt you. Apparently, someone intellectually aberrant at any rate. What with my unabashedly. Okay, now we're getting into words I don't get.
Sesquipalian.
Yeah,
Yes.
sesquidalian.
Yay.
Elucidations in therapeutic context. I'm unsurprised.
I can pronounce some of these words.
And for elucidations that are certainly rather lacking in lucidness. I unwittingly managed to beguile many a listener into transfixion. Transfixion. That's weird. I'm not sure what that word means. With my ruminative pomp. More on the subject later. And let me. I read.
You'll hypnotize them with his crap.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. I just. I'm not sure what
working, by the way.
Like it's a weird way of putting transfix. Wouldn't
And
that be
no,
like?
you don't have to read the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think we're good with this.
Really? At least read down to the
Read the
below this metal rant
Okay.
right here.
Let's see. Some proclivity listing is in order, I suppose. We'll begin musical ones. The genres I enjoy the most are classical, neoclassical, and heavy metal. And to trim the obfuscating fat from that latter admission with a little more specificity,
Oh my god.
black metal. Coincidentally, I happen to listen to Bathory's eponymous album as I compose this.
Eponymous.
Oh, eponymous?
Self-titled.
Eponymous. Potato. Oh, don't be perturbed.
Pajamas.
I'll state outright that I find Varg Vikernes to be a contemptuous and reprehensible individual, and the music he composed to be trite. Furthermore, I consider the latter releases of Dark Throne, specifically anything after Sardonic Wrath, to be hackneyed and shamelessly derivative cow manure. Moreover, I am not a Satanist. I am an atheist, and I find regular conflation of those two utterly disparate stances to be preposterously puerile.
True story.
Dude, this guy needs to fucking put his thesaurus away and like pull his head out of his ass.
Stick out of his ass. Yeah.
That should fly.
Pull the thesaurus out of his ass. That's the problem.
Yeah, really, the thesaurus shouldn't be in this movie. That should suffice for the amount of topical illumination necessary for that subject.
Yes.
For the moment, I'll discard my pubescent fedora and supply you less controversial information, which hopefully shall reduce your desire to engage me dialectically.
Yes.
He has ADD, ADHD, PI. I'm not sure what PI is.
You know.
Like the life of, maybe?
Letters.
I don't know.
I'm usually not a gamer, a real gamer.
3.14159265.
I think you might also have a DVD, Blu-ray disc.
Ooh.
All those HD.
Blu-ray
It's
rip?
awful.
Yeah, it's essentially just like him talking about what I'm guessing this is all basically a joke on what the average Wikipedia editor is. Essentially,
I was almost sure it was serious.
joke.
I don't know, because I've seen too many people write like this to just write it off as a joke.
All right. On a more serious note, does anybody else have something to share that's not quite as wordy? Oh God, that one.
That's an English lesson in itself.
Yeah, there were words I didn't get, which is pretty rare. I usually understand like every word in a sentence. That is.
There's some outliers.
I'm
when
looking
you're
up the
being
definition of
with language to the point where no one knows what you're talking about, you've lost the entire point of using specific words like that.
No, I mean, there's a reason like newspapers are written at a 7th grade English level, just so they can communicate with as many people as possible.
You use big words like that because there's literally no other word to use. And it usually has a very specific context if you're dealing like in an industry or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
okay. I've just found
what you're talking about, and you're just making communicating harder.
I've just found sesquipedalian. It's defined as of a word, polysyllabic or long, characterized by long words.
Yeah.
So it's
Long-winded.
Which is really funny
That
because it's a
fucking
fucking
article
long-ass
had
word.
But
It's ironic. Woo!
it's ironical.
Bro.
podcast over.
Podcast done. We're
And drop the mic. Dum.
Today's podcast brought to you by.
Extraordinarily long words.
Sesquipedalian words.
Oh man, that was some funny shit. I don't know, man. That's pretty sad. You know, I can always go back to playing with privilege. We could finish that list off. Didn't we get through like 20 of them or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have 5 left.
Almost done.
Hold on, I'll be back in a second.
No.
So
yeah.
leave. So while class is gone, let's talk about
No,
how
no,
to
no. The
massage a
whole
man's
podcast
prostate.
needs to stop now because class is gone. Everyone just stop what you're doing.
Stop. Yeah.
Don't we want to talk
5-minute
about
break.
tantric philosophy and
Put up some intermission music like they used to in the old days.
Now, everyone stop jerking off. You gotta wait.
Yeah, I thought we were going to talk about massaging a man's prostate gland or something.
Don't bust that nut just yet.
It is Thursday.
I'll leave an article, or I'll leave a link in the description. I can't really show the article; it's pretty graphic.
Yay.
Oh God, I don't want to know.
That's the scariest part is when you send me something
Okay,
that's
I'm
too
back.
graphic to show other people.
Well, it would get us kicked off of Google Hangouts, but it's not that bad. It's not like there's like really disturbing
Oh,
things.
it's not regular images that you'd send.
It's not something you would be like worried about looking at in like an office or something. It's just oh hey look, we have a
Holy
camera.
shit.
Woo, I'm not the only person showing himself.
Oh my God.
Show us your cock.
Starting off.
No, please, no.
All right. So
Good
let's.
God, no.
No, it was burnt off in the accident.
Here's an interesting one.
Skeleton
Oh,
hand.
God.
This is something I actually thought was rather an interesting article that I didn't expect. It's about how Oklahoma imprisons a bunch of women for a law that is regarding enabling child abuse.
Yay.
Oh crap.
Do they also imprison the people that are actually doing the child abuse?
Yes, but actually
Okay,
the women end up doing like longer times in a lot of cases because even though they were part of the group of people being abused, they didn't act in order to protect the child from being abused.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a shitty law.
I don't know.
Situation.
I don't necessarily disagree with it. Maybe it's a little extreme that they're doing more time than the actual abuser, but I kind of agree that there's a incumbent upon a person who has knowledge of abuse.
Yeah, if you see
It's a
your
responsibility to do something
Alright,
about it.
I can see
kid
that.
abused habitually and you do nothing, that's pretty fucked up too.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if
would
it's
agree
actually.
with you about-
Personally.
I don't know if it's worse than actually abusing the kid that many times, but it's still pretty fucked up.
No, I was talking specifically about just the sentencing, not actually.
Yeah. The sentencing is pretty extreme.
Yeah.
What is it in Oklahoma? In Oklahoma, the punishment for enabling child abuse is the same as child abuse itself, so it can be up to life in prison.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
That might be a bit of a stretch.
Class is correct on that. That's a little extreme for the enabling.
Yeah,
Only like
because
5 years.
there
Yeah,
could be-
the abuser should get that long. in
Yeah,
prison.
no. If you're the one, because if you weren't being like acting out the abuse in the first place, then the second part wouldn't even need to be discussed at all.
Yeah.
Like if the abuse didn't happen at all, then we wouldn't be having this kind of shit show up anyways.
Well,
Yeah.
I think if you're aware of the abuse and you choose not to act, the sentence should be up to 5 years, no longer than the abuser does.
Yeah. Well,
So if like
yeah.
the abuser gets sentenced to like 4 years, you can't do more than 4.
Yeah, definitely not. I'd say
she
less
should
than
get
half.
4 years, and he should get
Yeah.
way fucking more.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the guy should get more than 4 years, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the actual laws are and like
they
what
got it
the
back
standard sentences are.
That seems to me to work under like a case by case because I mean
Yeah.
the person could understand the abuse, but say if it's like a significant other in the household and every time they have the idea of speaking up, they get the crap kicked out of them.
Really?
Well, I think
Because they're
it's more
24/7
to
locked in a
the-
fucking basement? They never get out of the house?
I don't know. When
I
you're
don't think that
afraid,
ever
you're afraid.
happens. No, I don't. Like, that's not an
mean,
excuse to do nothing.
there is
Police
the
will come
whole-
in and arrest the guy.
People like, I mean, the abused mindset is like a trap where it's like, it's hard for people to go get help, basically.
Hmm.
No, I understand that, but I still think there's a responsibility.
No,
there.
I agree.
You know, if there's
Yeah.
a
I
kid,
think it's
you
harder.
have a responsibility to come up and say something.
I agree.
But then again, you are taking, a mom away from their child, and that's not great. So maybe,
Mom
I don't
let
know,
their
maybe
kids
prison
get
time's a bit
abused
much for that.
habitually over and over again.
I mean, it's like, the guy can make all the threats he wants, but at the end of the day, the cops are going to put him in cuffs. He's going to go to jail. You're going to get protected.
Yeah, if you're lucky, that does happen.
Well, if you're smart, you won't stay at that house.
Or-
You'll find a friend's place to stay at, or
he
family
finds out
members.
that you went to the cops to get help, and then he murders you and all the kids right then and there. That happens too.
Well, I mean, you can go to the
It's a
grocery store,
dangerous
take your kids with
situation.
you, and then just not come back. It's
And
really
people-
not that complicated.
People act out of fear, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
Fear,
tough one.
We
fear,
should cut
fear.
the abused people a little bit of slack, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not like those terrible human beings.
I don't think they're awesome.
They should definitely go into like minimum security.
If someone abused my fucking kid, the police
the-
better get there first because some shit's going down.
You heard it straight from Mike.
Well, the real irony, if you think about it, is they're going to prison where they're likely to be abused even more.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the punishment of going to prison.
Yeah.
I don't. That's no.
No,
Goddamn.
dude, that's
I,
an argument I've heard over and over again. It's like, well, you go to
Oh
prison,
yeah, like rape and stuff like
and you
that.
get raped. That's just part of going to prison. That's why you don't go there.
and
So I'm pretty sure we send them there to get them out of society so that regular people are safer. I don't think it's specifically for the ass rape.
Well, I don't know. That's why they have
Nope.
all those cameras in there. The wardens get off on it. They make a little extra money putting it on the net.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, really, little male on male anal rape never hurt anybody except for the.
Male on male on
It was
male
low
on male on
intent.
male on male.
So, as we talk about such lovely, uplifting topics,
It's almost Christmas time.
yay!
Merry Christmas.
For Christmas rapes.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Plenty of
actually
snow
have a
on the side.
transition. I actually have a transition. And has anyone heard about the movie The Interview?
The Hootie what now?
The movie
I
The
have.
Interview from Seth
Yeah, I
Rogen
know
and
what you're
James
about
to
Franco.
say. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, it looks
I
like
wanted to
it's
get
gonna
you
be very
guys.
mediocre.
Yeah.
They should cower in fear and never release that. That movie should be buried so deep in the vaults of. No, they should just release the movie. It's like
Wait,
Yeah.
what movie? I kind of
Okay.
missed.
So, I guess
the terrorists have won.
Seth Rogen and James Franco were in this movie called The Interview that Sony was gonna take out. Was gonna
It was going to be the Christmas movie.
Christmas Day. Thank you. Words
Yeah.
go English. But what ended up happening is that North Korea had a shit fit about it and said that we're going to make 9/11 happen again because we like to make idle threats.
Because of the interview.
Yeah.
Because of the
considering
movie.
that every soldier or spy from North Korea that's ever left North Korea immediately defects and never goes back.
Yeah.
Really very likely
And all the
prospect.
defections that will happen.
So-
No, actually, there were some soccer players who played in the World Cup. They didn't win. I think they got knocked out in group stage or something.
Yeah.
And when they did get back, because they must have not gotten a chance to defect.
No.
When they did get back, they and their families were killed.
Dead, yeah. Yeah.
Allegedly, I don't know if that's true, but that
If
sounds like
you
something that would
leave-
happen in North Korea.
You leave.
It really does, yeah.
If you leave that country, you are under lock and key and under like armed guard half the time. Like you do not get very many chances to escape, even if you leave that country.
Yeah, but they've actually sent spies. 'Cause I think the original guy, Kim Jong-il, wasn't he like
Yeah.
obsessed with what was like Britney Spears or Cameron Diaz or something like that? Some random fucking entertainer.
He
I know the current
abducted
one
a
is,
movie maker to make a movie about him. Like,
Yeah, well, he sent out people to abduct the actress, and those people immediately defected. Like they were just like done.
Like, oh, okay, we'll totally do it. Nope.
Yeah, and like anytime spies get out
Bye.
of there, they're just like, all right, done.
We'll tell you everything we know.
So then what you got to do then is you got to send a spy after that spy. Spy on the spy.
Eventually, there's just nobody left but the dictator, just hanging out there
There's
eating
a long
pickles.
line of North
And then he
Koreans
leaves and
stretching
he's like,
from
no wonder.
North Korea to Russia to the United States.
Yeah, like the most current guy that's in charge, like he killed his uncle, and then all his nieces and nephews were cousins, I guess, from that uncle, and then gave the uncle's wife a promotion.
Yeah, he sounds really pleasant.
Yeah.
I
Well, the
think
weird
that's
thing
a
about it
promotion.
is that is that actually having an effect, or is the government shutting down the movie or something?
So they pulled it. They completely pulled the movie. They're not going to show it at all. And then
They won't even release the movie online.
yeah, it's
That's
nothing.
some fucking horse shit
Yeah.
right there.
And it's complete crap. But I thought there was going to be a little bit of hope, and this is actually my other article. Is that there's this one theater, I believe it was in Dallas. I'll double check. Hold on.
Oh, that had a copy of the film before it got pulled?
No. They were, instead of since they didn't have that movie, the people who were gonna go, I guess, like the midnight release or whatever, like the first showings of it, they were gonna play Team America instead.
Oh.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And so listening to that, I was like, oh, fantastic! That's gonna be a lovely,
I'd
lovely.
probably
statement.
rather go see that, actually.
Oh,
Like, that's a fucking blessing.
Yeah, I was never going to go see
Incredibly
that movie
mediocre.
with Seth Rogen
So-
and the other guy.
Here's the problem: they pulled that one too.
No.
What?
The article, the second
Well-
article I have is them.
To be fair, terrorists hate that movie.
I can't imagine why.
Just saying. And every
So-
non-American, probably.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that would kind of that'd be an interesting movie to watch when your dad sings a solo.
But they're so fucking terrified that they won't even release it online.
That's absurd.
There's no
They
actual
should
place
absolutely
to
release it
buy
and tell
my
the
guess
people to go
is-
fuck themselves.
My guess is it's going to be released in like 2 weeks after the original date.
What are they gonna fucking...
Like, this is
That'd be nice.
just like a half PR, half.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really because everyone's gonna want to see it because it's
Mhm.
dangerous to see,
Yeah,
and all that
banned
kind of
movie.
wonderful
Yeah,
crap.
now I really want
Banned
to see
movie.
Yeah, it's patriotic to see it.
Well, I just wonder, what's North Korea going to do? Are they going to, load a bunch of uranium into their catapult and fucking try to launch it across the border? I mean...
Well, what they don't understand is we live in the age of the internet where we're not fearing for our lives every second, when we put information up or get information. And so it's going to have the exact opposite effect of what they want. This movie's going to be more popular now than it ever could have been before, and it's all because of this. It's
Yeah.
not because the
Well, and
movie's
maybe it'll
awesome.
push some people in some higher places to actually step forward and do something about that ridiculous place. I mean, it's like a country where people are just regularly murdered for fucking no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I went to.
Shouldn't
How
we
much
as a
oil do they
world
have?
just step in and be like, no, you can't. You got to at least come up with some sort of bullshit reason.
How much
No,
oil
I,
do they
I,
have?
I have a good plan. We can send Dennis Rodman in there with a stick of dynamite up his ass, and then once it gets close enough to him, detonate it.
That
Oh,
kills two
man.
birds with one stone.
Well, if he really is obsessed
Sacrifice
with
Dennis Rodman for the cause.
And then we can remember Dennis Rodman
As an American hero, yeah.
He'll be on
He'll be our national animal instead of
the
the
American Christmas
national
movie.
animal instead of the eagle. Oh,
The
my
Dennis
God.
Rodman.
I forgot we were aiming to get a lynch mob together on the internet to fucking kill us.
Oh god.
All right, is there any more Christmassy stuff going on? We want to go to playing with privilege, the last five of playing
if we must.
wall mail.
Finally.
I mean,
I
I
just
can.
figured we started it. We should
We need
probably
to
at some
finish
point
this
finish
bad
it.
boy
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
Undertaker, give me strength.
Everyone get ready.
Uh-oh, it's already 5 more. All right, 21. While playing online with people I don't know, I won't be interrogated about the size and shape of my real-life body parts, nor will I be pressured to share intimate details about my sex life with the pleasure
Bullshit.
of other players. You've clearly not played on the internet.
Yeah, you've never
That's
played
ever.
online before.
Yeah, whoever wrote that has never
Wait,
been in.
someone-
People question the size of my penis constantly. Okay. Just saying.
Yeah, they shouldn't have left that to be as vague as body parts. They should have said specifically boobs.
Yeah, boobs, chest.
Yeah.
I haven't been questioned about
'Cause
that,
no
but
one is. Yeah.
I've
I've
been
been
That's
questioned
not true
about
either.
that.
I got man boobs.
Yeah, someone
doesn't
is
work.
going.
Let's see. 22. Complete strangers generally do not send me unsolicited images of their genitalia or demand to see me naked on the basis of being a male gamer.
Well, now you're just hanging out with the wrong people.
I've never.
Just saying.
How do you even send somebody a picture of your genitals over a video
Oh, a dick
game?
pic?
Oh, you can do it.
Xbox Live, yeah. I think you
Oh,
can send
you can send
Wow.
like people pictures
I've been
online.
able to do that since
That's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be like the dumbest thing to possibly do? Because you could
Yes.
easily like have the police at your door within a few minutes.
Yes,
Oh,
it is
true,
the
Yeah,
dumbest
but
thing.
it never happens.
People do it all the time.
Mhm. People
You
send
should
dick
know
pics all
this.
the time.
You
I'm
should know
pretty sure
this,
this is
Abby.
not something that actually happens very
Oh
often,
no, dick
if at
pics.
all.
No,
Dick
dick
pics
pics
is the
happen.
thing,
I
dude.
believe this.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Yeah, on
But-
phones and stuff. I don't think it actually happens on
You know
Xbox
what? I'll-
Live that often.
No, it
Well,
does.
I'd have to see some fucking numbers.
I'll send one right now. You know what?
It's just, you know.
No, I'm serious. I'd have to see some numbers about the actual, like, how much that actually occurs versus
Well,
how
most
much
of it
people
gets
are saying it
filtered
does.
if it's on like a major console.
Yeah, my guess is that maybe less than 1/10%,
Yeah,
if that, are ever sending one at
little.
all.
but you know, the sheer
Yeah.
amount of dick pics is going to be huge.
No, well, maybe ones that people want to get, but I sincerely doubt that
exactly.
there's that many that people actually don't want to show up on those like networks.
And who doesn't want dick
Via
pics,
phone and stuff, that happens a lot, I'm sure.
honestly?
Everybody
Love the
loves
dick
dick
pics.
pics.
Let's see. 23. In multiplayer games, I can be pretty sure that conversations between other players will not focus on speculation about my attractiveness or sexual availability in real life.
Again,
No, instead they'll
completely
focus on your sexual orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will,
Say,
you will
just call you
immediately
gay
be
a lot.
called a fag.
Yep, pretty much constantly.
That-
Let's see.
Telling you go
Wrong.
fuck yourself. You
we
know
have a
that.
buzzer sound from an old game show. Just
Oh, here's a good one. If I choose to point out sexism in gaming, my observations will not be seen as self-serving, and will therefore be perceived as more credible and worthy of respect than those of my female counterparts,
true.
even if they are saying.
Probably because
the
I'm
exact
not on the
same
rag all the time.
No,
Oh, did I cross the line finally?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
There's
no,
no.
Damn it.
there is no
No, I-
crossing line between
Yeah.
you and me
Yeah.
because I mean we just had a presentation about rape buddies.
Great,
I've
buddy.
set the bar so high I've set the
Great
line so
buddy.
high. I don't think you'll ever cross it.
See, the problem
have it
is
in you.
that since class is black, you can jump higher than both of us, so that bar is high enough for him to reach. And it's
I love cheese, by the way. And I can't dance.
What you have to realize is there is no bar. You know, like that
Oh.
Matrix thing. There is no spoon.
Ooh.
Da-da-da-da. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See, 25. Because it was
Mind
created by
blown.
a straight white male, this checklist will likely be taken more seriously than if it had been written by
Oh, this
virtually
was
any
written by
female
a
gamer.
male? Well, fuck,
Yeah.
everything on it's right now. Now that I know that there was a penis.
Oh yeah, no, obviously,
He
obviously.
must have been typing this with his dick. I'm pretty sure.
I sincerely
That's what I'm meaning.
apologize. You know
That
what?
was Macintosh,
We
by
should,
the way.
we should go back and revise this. Just
Yeah,
read them all, and we
think
can
so.
agree with them
I
wholeheartedly.
retract everything I've said about this list so far now that I
Yeah,
know
it was Jonathan
that
McIntosh.
it was a white dude.
So
Oh well, shit.
That sucks. I wanted it to be written by a chick.
no, that was all. That's the full Macintosh right there. That's like, and it was on like he presented it on Sarkeesian's channel with a bunch of dudes reading off the lines, and I thought that was hilarious because it was like flat out just take away the puppet and like, or I guess change the puppet as opposed to taking away the puppet.
It was like
Yeah.
they were finally showing the puppeteers.
Yeah, it was like because he was on there for a couple of them. He read off a few of them, so it was definitely like him showing off the puppeteers.
And now that we're done with that
shit.
list, we can finally quit doing these podcasts.
That was it. It was just
That's all we were
the
waiting
podcast experiment was to get to that list of 25.
That's a series end right there.
All right, no more podcasts. What
All
are we
right,
gonna do
signing
now?
off, you guys. Goodbye.
The end.
Call it a hangout. Wait, did I give class control over? Oh shoot, I did. Yeah, that was
You
bad.
gave him control over something?
Over there,
Yeah.
I adjusted my levels for the thing.
Take away his power as a black person. He can't handle it and doesn't know what to do with it. Never had it before. And
Yeah.
any other stereotype you want to just apply to that situation.
Excellent job, sir. Excellent job. No racism there whatsoever.
Watermelon.
And
Yeah,
gentlemen,
jive dancing.
so we've all shared now at this point. What I'm curious about is has Mike brought anything to share
I
with the
haven't
class
shared
today?
anything. I'll never bring anything.
He's just like, fuck you. That's not gonna happen.
You told
So
me when I
bitch.
started bringing shit in. I think the stuff I brought in was so bad that you're like, I don't want stuff to be too formal. I think we should just talk. All right.
The only thing I've ever
I can do
complained about
that.
is trying to avoid doing lists for like the whole podcast.
No.
Yeah.
A list of like 40 things. We're like, let's read all 40. Oh God, no.
It hurts so much.
Well, we broke it up.
See, we broke up that list of 25.
10 in a row is okay.
podcasts.
10, 10, and 5. It's only it's a shame those lists or that breakup was uneven. That's
Oh, is she having an orgasm?
No, this is an article
Or
about
O-face.
Pitch Perfect.
That's her auto O-face.
Yeah, or auto-tune or whatever, yeah. No, it's just interesting. I did not realize that auto-tune was used by virtually every
Oh, yeah.
major
Auto-tune
music
is
person
used
right
by
now.
everybody. You can't get away from it.
Well, it's really sad because like you listen to like live performances and you're like, oh, that person can't actually sing at all. That's
Yeah.
really fucking
The fuck?
That computer is really good at singing.
yeah.
That's what it's going to turn into. I mean,
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
pretty
what's
much you
interesting
have-
is like
you
live
have like a
performances.
favorite
are just-
computer model or a program instead of an artist.
there was a point in time, maybe I'm incorrect, but there was a point in time before auto-tune where, like, people were, like, you know, liked because of their actual voice.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Well,
Nope.
yeah.
Didn't
Is
happen.
that a real thing, or am I
They
just
were pretty.
crazy?
Nah.
That's true. You as soon as TV
You know-
came out, you had to be pretty. Radio
Yeah,
was a
radio
shield
killed
for
radio.
ugly, talented people.
Yeah, look at AC/DC, like the Rolling Stones. Those are not like pretty men. You know, like they're
I don't know,
they're
dude.
extremely talented. Well, no, people look at them attractive now because of their level of popularity.
Oh yeah.
But if you look at them as just like you just were to see
Totally.
pictures without the context, you would not like be like, oh yeah, that's a 10 out of 10, man.
I don't
You
know.
know, what's her name that did oh god damn it, that's gonna drive me nuts.
And the only
Rebecca
reason
Black.
anyone- the only
Rebecca
reason
Black. Oh yeah, she's
I
got a
ever gave
popular
a shit
YouTube
about
channel now.
auto-tune was because people turned auto-tune way the fuck up and started making songs out of things that weren't actually songs. And that's when I started hearing about auto-tune, and then I looked into it and I was like, every fucking singer uses auto-tune.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not to sound like a robot, just to sound...
Yeah.
Kind
I
of
like
even
it when
itself
you
out.
can make things sound like a robot, though.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a nice effect. It makes
There we go.
my ear holes happy.
Dubstep.
Put it in your ear holes.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in you.
Oh yeah.
Hits me right in that good spot.
But I mean,
That's
if
how
you
I
look at
like
some
it.
of like the female artists, especially like
The G-spot of the ear.
before video
Of
took
course,
over.
it has to be the female artists. I
I was
see
gonna say no, like
podcasts
there's
going.
a lot of women that are just phenomenal singers that you would never see like today. Like the closest you probably get is Adele. As far as like
I hate Dells. They're very...
and then the big one was
Very
that
I'm
dependable
an
machine.
HP guy all the way.
oh, what was her name? She had like the curly gray hair, kind of a scrunched up face. And she was so well known because she got up and sang on one of those British bullshit shows, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, she's amazing!" And she's like, "Oh, I didn't want to sing, so I wasn't pretty," and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Susan Boyle.
Yeah. You look at her, and it's like, you know, that's more of the look you get in like
radio.
60s
Yeah,
and
there were-
70s rock than you get like, you know.
There was actually a story about her. She just got her first relationship this past week or whatever.
Wait, her first relationship?
Yep.
Yay.
Man, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I think she's like mid-50s, early 60s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's worse than me.
And
I don't know. Are you sure?
you have a
'Cause
kid or
you
something.
described as your relationships as pretty fucking terrible. So I don't know if that necessarily is worse.
Hey. My ex-wife was not on Jerry Springer. That's a lie.
Jerry.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was totally worth it, though, because she got a stuffed animal that says I Heart Chicago on it.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. Well,
It
totally.
was totally worth it.
Why?
She's a
And
fucking
now pissed
retard.
off everyone at Chicago. All right.
Chicago's a beautiful.
No,
place.
everybody in Chicago's too busy shooting and threatening each other to worry about.
Are you
some
mixing
dumb
up
bitch
Chicago
buying
and
a teddy
Detroit?
bear. No, I'm talking about Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Detroit, everybody's already dead.
Oh God.
Yeah, Detroit's the one that like fell apart, right? Where you can like buy a house for like a couple $100s at this point.
I think like some blocks you can buy houses for $50. It's like, Mediterranean Avenue prices.
I wonder if
Awesome.
that's real.
No, I'm pretty sure that's real.
We should all get a
There are
house.
just houses that are so devalued you can buy them for $50, but nobody wants
Universal
them.
Studios does Detroit.
Yay.
It would be like Detroit Who Land or whatever, Whoville, where the Grinch wins out and everything goes to shit and there's no Christmas.
There's some
But instead
nice
just
houses
gang
for like
violence.
15 grand.
It's like the anti-Christmas movie.
Yeah, the Grinch who stole a bunch of stuff.
And got away scot-free.
Yeah,
So
because
here's
the police are lacking in funds.
And he was black.
There's a 1,500 square foot, 4-bed, 1-bathroom, single-family house starting at $5 grand.
Well, that's a little more
Okay.
pricey than $50.
Well, but this is there's one for 1,000. That's 3 beds and 1 bath, 800 square foot.
Hey, there you go. Let's all
How's the
Man.
move in
neighborhood
together.
like?
Does it
Is
come-
intact?
Does it come with bullet holes?
in a meth
No, these
house
all look
attachment.
nice, but it's a real
Those are-
estate thing.
Those aren't bullet holes. Those are aerators.
Yeah.
Helps keep the house cool in the summer.
Yeah, there's some
That's the
really
way to sell it.
nice houses here that like probably would be 400 or 500 grand in most places for like 15, 20 grand.
hmm
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it turns out the prices go much lower when the threat of getting shot goes up.
Oh yeah, no,
Like, good luck protecting anything you put in that house. Like, eh.
Okay, here we go.
Somebody say something.
Here's an 1,800 square foot for $650.
Okay.
There we go.
Money.
That's in my
one
price
bathroom,
range.
967 square feet from $100.
Universal Studios, also known as the Realtor.com
How
website.
many murders have been committed?
They don't say on the realty
Is
list.
it like a 3.5 murder bedroom type thing?
3.5.
Oh wow, man, that is just brutal. Those house prices are just fucking
yeah.
brutal.
Murder is brutal.
All right,
I
so
think it's happy, friendly, cuddly.
Merry Christmas!
yay!
Merry Christmas. Claps will be providing the snow. You're just gonna have to give him a couple minutes and some Vaseline.
Have a rapey Christmas, everyone.
That's why he wears the mask.
It's gonna be a white Christmas after all.
Ooh.
What do you think he's drinking out of that teacup? You know?
Oh God! Here, real quick, I will try to end it on a more Christmassy note. So
Yay.
there is a music teacher in the Bay Area here in California. That
No, we're all living in Maine. Why did you ruin the illusion?
That's true.
you
I
guys-
thought we were living in Spain. Dang it.
I didn't say where we were living. I said in California in the Bay Area.
You're a fucking Spaniard, too?
I am Spaniard.
This is from the Dominican Republic, if you couldn't
Yep.
already tell.
I can't.
I'm from Cuba.
Holy shit.
I'm smoking some cigars right now, man. I'm
Cuba.
just rocking that right now. Anyways, so this guy went balls to the wall with his Christmas light show, which you see every year. But this goes to the pretty much Star Wars music, and that just makes me nerd out real hard. So,
Big nerd
So
boner.
your
I guess
Christmas
my
is
nerd
to talk
boner.
about Star Wars music?
yes.
Oh, here.
Star Wars. Thank you.
Hey,
Do you
it's-
need some tissues for that nerdgasm?
I will need some
son
tissues.
of
If
a-
you could please,
Featured.
if you could please send me some tissues, I can clean myself off
Again.
again. But no, it's actually it's actually really neat. I mean, I'm always a fan of these every year, and they always seem to step it up at least a little bit and always find something creative.
Nerdgasm.
So, like we said, you should find the Christmas regular thing in your town and then just go shoot everybody there because that's totally normal.
Yeah.
What the
No,
fuck?
Decorations.
Why do you have to go that route?
I thought that's what we were taking away from that.
And then say anyone
So,
who shows
No.
up
Give
to
the
watch,
message.
anyone who shows up to watch that Christmas display, that's who you threaten.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how the terrorists win. If you're from
It's a
Well, the
sick-
terrorists did
If
win.
you're
didn't
from
they?
the
Like,
bad
they got that
Korea.
movie pulled out of theaters altogether.
yeah.
Yeah.
I find that I just still find that blows my mind. I'm like,
The
really,
terrorists
you
win.
probably have more military as like Sony the company than fucking North Korea does.
The Sony Army.
It's Sony's
Mobile
private
Yeah,
army.
I'm gonna guess Sony's GDP or whatever alone is bigger than North Korea's economy.
I think you get some mercenaries together.
Yeah,
I
they just
know
go down to
Google-
Detroit
I
with a
know-
few $100s.
Get a
I saw
motor.
that this week Google just surpassed Russia in size as far as like economy and stuff goes. I don't know what that means because I'm not an economist. I'm
That
also
means
not
they have
well-read.
way too much money.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really does.
probably takes over.
Well, hey,
It's nice that Google so far has been benevolent, but that's clearly not going to stay the same.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw away this Soviet flag and get a new Google one.
now that these companies,
All
are,
hail
Just
the
to
Google
prepare for the
empire.
impending invasion.
well, now that these companies are people, do they have the right to like bear arms and stuff like that?
You can just see Google carrying around like a giant fucking space rifle.
Or they could arm
Just
everybody
like
at the
staple
company?
it to the side of the fucking building, the corporate
Google
offices.
It grows legs and starts
G
walking
Army.
around destroying cities.
Hey,
Oh, there you go. That'd be awesome.
download the app today.
Download the app today. You can decide what building Google destroys next.
That'd be an
not taking
awesome
votes.
thing. It's like choose which country we're gonna bomb next, and everyone gets
Oh,
to vote
man.
on it.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
They have
That would be beautiful.
Googles just turn into propaganda messages
Yeah,
instead of like celebrating some obscure artist's 135th birthday. It's buy Google products, buy Google apps, all hail Google.
or die.
Now we shall bow down to our Google overlords.
So instead of
I for one welcome our new Google overlords.
They are the knowers of
I'm
all.
waiting for the robot overlords.
Oh,
But
robot
Google
overlords
may
would
be a
awesome.
stepping stone to that.
I think we'll be the robot overlords. More than likely, they'll just figure out a way to
Like
put your brain in
us on the
fucking
podcast.
piece on the robot.
Yep,
Yeah.
we will be the.
I can't wait to be an overlord.
All right,
Yeah,
so once
that's
they
fun.
reanimate my brain and make me a robot again, I want to meet up with all of you guys and we can go and
Overlords.
buy some houses in Detroit or whatever.
I think that's a great idea.
We'll
We
be
should all
protected
straight up
with our
move to
robot
Detroit.
bodies.
That would
Yes.
be super fun. All four of us just live in Detroit in like $1,000 house. We can each just save up $250 for the fucking house. It was like a 4-bedroom house, man. I think this is a great
Yeah.
plan.
Fuck
Nice.
the fact that our bodies.
But before we move there, I would like to recommend that we all take and save a few $100s before that and just buy a couple guns.
Nah.
Maybe with your Christmas cash, just go out and buy like a 22. Just in
crazy.
case.
I imagine in Detroit you can just find those lying on the floor, so no need to waste all that money.
Just leave it around.
Yeah.
You know what they should do is
It's like
Detroit
Grand
should
Theft
now be
Auto,
the new
they're just
place for all
scattered
the
around.
illegal immigrants. That's still a step up, but we wouldn't be as annoyed as a country. You wouldn't get all those people complaining that people came here because their own country sucked.
Mhm.
I want everyone who didn't come from America to just leave now.
Wait. Would Detroit be better or worse than some of the neighborhoods in Mexico?
It depends on which neighborhood.
Probably a little
It's not
better. You qualify for like food stamps and stuff.
Yeah, and you don't have like the Mexican cartels who are actually insane. No, here's what the Mexican cartels
Yeah,
did.
Mexican
They
cartels are
they
pretty
took
bad.
two guys. They took two guys and made them into a salad. Then put that salad in the middle of the road for everybody to see.
It was delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
Was there lettuce?
Oh, by the way, just
No.
shout out to all my compadres down in Mexico.
Well, don't fuck with the
Never
cartels.
forget.
That's what that tells you. is
Yeah.
Don't fuck
Yeah.
with the cartels.
MS-13s represent.
Oh wow.
Oh, is that the one is that the cartel? Because I've seen some stuff on that.
G13.
They're pretty fucking crazy.
No, I
Way
think
better.
MS-13 is the gang in DC.
That's Microsoft.
Gang in DC.
That's their gang.
Well, they were like a big one that was really fucking up the country in general. From what I
Yeah.
heard.
One of my friends one time, there was like a group of Mexican kids in our school, and he went up behind him and took a picture of them, then posted it on social media with the caption, "Hey, look at all the MS-13s." And for
Oh.
about a solid week, he was in danger of being jumped.
That's probably true.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Was he correct?
No.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
Being an asshole.
they were pretty violent, but not violent enough to like do that to him.
So they joined the gang later.
Yeah.
your school
And
must have
the
been in a
funny thing-
really good neighborhood.
The funny thing was he wasn't. He was actually Spanish himself. Like he wasn't some white kid.
What? He was being self-racist?
His last name was Vasquez.
Wow. Good job. I'm proud of that guy now.
Yeah.
I
He's
think that's a
race
great
trader
note to
just
end the
like me.
podcast on.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it time already?
like, that's a great note to end the
Let's,
podcast.
Christmas thing.
we'll end with gang violence. Screw Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Gang
saying.
violence.
Instead of against violence.
Gang violence.
Gang
You can't
fight.
get better than that.
Gang fight. The gang is down.
And remember, go out and sign up for Rate Buddy today.
Just
Great
$50,
buddy.
yeah.
Just
So wait.
$50.
So I'm guessing that's all we got.
Yeah,
today.
I sincerely
Yeah, I'm
apologize for everything we've made you sit through. Bye.
My keyboard.
Yeah, this has been the Untitled Studios podcast, and I'm gonna go cry in a corner now
Please forgive us.
and
Now we
take a
have to
shower.
Now both you and I have to go back to our measly lives, doing nothing of importance.
Good lord.